celebrate the Dharma life of Venerable Master Shuang He, who appeared from the undifferentiated Buddha mind in 1918 and was borne away by the great ocean of birth and death on the 7th of June of 1995 after some 77 life-giving years. We gather also to commemorate his 1962 arrival in San Francisco 50 years ago. He was armed only with a vision, and he worked tirelessly to establish training programs for monastics and lay elementary schools, which boys and girls, the Dharma Realm Buddhist University. In an effort to spread the Dharma, he lectured on sutras, spoke at universities and academic conferences, traveled extensively through Hong Kong, Taiwan, India, Burma, Australia, Europe, and South America. And he encouraged his disciples to learn Chinese so they could translate the Buddhist canon into other languages. And the Buddhist Text Translation Society, which he founded, has published well over 100 volumes of translations. 400, I'm sorry. Working very hard. And this was on the internet, so it needs to be updated. Not my fault. Footnote here too. He established the Institute for World Religions in Berkeley to foster interfaith dialogue. And in the meantime, he established, I understand this is still correct, 28 temples, monasteries, and convents throughout the US, Canada, and Asia. That one man, fortified only with his physical and moral resources, has been able to rally so many dedicated devotees to do so much for the Dharma. I am convinced that in spite of all the atrocities we see in the news today, that humanity is still admirable. We must, as Master Hua believed, promote education, that is Buddhist education, that can release the intrinsic wisdom and goodness of all beings. And surely the karmic energy that Master Hua has generated will continue to grow. Vasubandhu, the great 5th century patriarch, likened our lives to a wave. The energy of the wind passing over the great expanse of the ocean agitates it and creates a wave. That wave in turn produces the next wave. In the same way, that wave of the life energy that created a particular human being will produce new life. And this creative karmic energy will never completely disappear. The life force of one individual brings forth new life that will affect everyone with whom it comes into contact with. In Western civilizations, we place a great emphasis on the continuance of life. But for the Buddhist, death is not fundamental. It is an incident on another way. Namo Amida Butsu.